I am finally talking about Volufiline. If you've been living under a rock and have not heard of this is the hottest new ingredient which everybody on TikTok shop who's trying to sell you stuff is saying is filler in a bottle. But is it actually true? Volufiline is an isolated compound from this plant. So even though the inky name is a root extract, it's not just the juice from this plant. It is an isolated compound, but they just haven't applied for a new inky name for this ingredient. And this has been claimed to increase the volume of fat cells. And it's been proven in vitro on human fat cells. And there was one clinical study of 30 women who applied a cream that had this ingredient in it at 5% to one breast for 2 months. And after 2 months, there was an average of 2.2% increase in volume with a maximum of 8.4%. So does that mean it works? Maybe. The increase in volume isn't huge on a very practical level. And the size of breasts on one person can change for a variety of different reasons. Also, breasts aren't faces. It's also very, very difficult to get ingredients down to the fat layer of the skin. Now, there's a chance that this ingredient can trigger something in the upper layers of the skin that then has a cascade effect down to the fat cells in the skin. But who knows? I certainly don't. Also, the suggested use level from the people who make the ingredient is 5%. But a lot of brands are using this at or very close to 100%. And more doesn't necessarily mean more. In pharmacology, we have something called a dose-response curve, where you're looking at the dosage and then the response to whatever you're dosing. Very often, your response either caps out or goes down after a certain level. So at that excessive amount, it might not even be doing anything. So here's what I'll say. It is certainly not filler in a bottle, because if it was, filler wouldn't exist. And we don't have enough evidence to say it doesn't work, and the anecdotal results do seem somewhat promising, but we also don't have enough evidence to say it does work, which is annoying, I know, but stats is what I do, and that's just how it is. There's likely little harm in trying it if you want to experiment with it, and if you can deal with the oily texture, but I wouldn't expect miracles from this. But if you have tried it and have had either good or bad results, please let me know in the comments. I want to hear about it.